Alright guys, so this is what I wanted to show you this week. This is my pinpointer. Standard piece of kit that we use as metal detectorists, if that's the correct term. Now, something that I picked up from one of my subscribers is Coyote Rider. He said, what about, because I seem to wear mine down through my bad habits, wear down the plastic end. And he said, why don't you stick a plastic steel foot for a chair? So I've done that, and it works great because they're actually set up, they're actually designed to be hard wearing. So I taped it on and I've been using that, and look, I haven't worn any more off my bow pointer. So you can go to the hardware store and get these replacement plastic caps to go on the end of steel legs when they wear out. So that's a little tip for your pinpointer, and you can get them all different sizes, even if you've got a different pinpointer with a thinner. I know there's some out there with a thin pointing thing as compared to this one. Now, what I want to show you in this video also, it's all about pinpointers this week, or this time, is how to use one of these out in the field, underwater, and being able to use it above land, on land, and in the water without modifying it. So, how do I do that, you say? Now, they've just brought out one of the companies, metal detecting companies, has just produced a go anywhere in the water, on the land pinpointer, the same as this, but it's in an orange colour. You probably know who I'm talking about. Now, they beat me to the punch because if you remember, I did a video where I had the tube, and I came up with the idea with the tube, and you put the pinpointer down inside and you can hear it, it's louder, and also it's not getting wet, so you can use it in the water. But then people said to me, what if it tips over, suddenly the water gets in and your pinpointer stuff. So good concept, but needed to be developed. Well, I don't remember what Coyote Rider said, but he said maybe it was something along the lines of if you could find a way to cap it. And that's what got me started. So thank you very much for that, Coyote Rider. So what I came up with is this. Now basically it is high pressure water pipe with a cap. Now it says here 40 mil. The cap is 40 mil PVC cap, and this is 40 mil. But you have to take your pinpointer to the shop, get some pipe. I found this pipe. I've used it for that tube one that you saw me do. It's been in the sun. Bought a cap for it. Bought a coupling that's threaded and then plain on one side. Glued it on. Glued this on, and then you've got this other coupling which has a thread which goes in. So what I've done is it's plain on this side, threaded on this side. I've cut some clear perspex, glued that on, and put the blue PVC glue, and then some gas tape on here. And I tested this by itself underwater for a day and a half, weighed down with a brick, and didn't get one drop of water in. I did that over a day and a half, so I proved that to work. So then I stuck the pinpointer in, and I had that underwater for probably a couple of hours before I lost my nerve, because I was afraid. It was like a $220 piece of kit sitting surrounded by water underwater. And my wife didn't know about it, but she does now. She's in the other room. So I put everything on the line to prove this theory. And you know what? 2 hours around 2 hours underwater, and it still worked perfectly fine. Here it is. That tells you it works. Now, if you believe me, don't believe me, it's up to you. A bit from a cabinet. put it on the brick. Yep. That's right. It might be sort of humming like that underwater, but when you get right on the item, it really, so it hums like that for some reason. But when you get right on the item, it works perfectly like you normally would above ground. But the problem with this is, I found, is that although it's indestructible, and you need to reapply the tape each time just for the heck of it, is that when I put in the water, sometimes it would be falsing and continually buzzing. Well, what do we do when we're above ground? We press the button and recalibrate it, and away we go. When it's in a tube where you've tightened it up really tight, and it's airtight, watertight, you can't press a button. So if it falses underwater when you're hunting, you're stuffed. You can't do anything. So you got to run around with a plumber's wrench, undoing it, take it out, and recalibrate it, and then back in the water. So although this is proved to be completely waterproof, it's not practical. So that can go over there. R&D department expenditure gone down the drain. Then I thought, well, not everyone perhaps can get hold of these items. I got it from the hardware store. So I said, what about, there's got to be something else. And I was at work and I found something during the course of the day that caught my attention. And what it was is I picked up a water bottle. And what I found was it was half full. And as I was going to take it and put it to one side somewhere, I thought, hang on a minute, the water can't get out, it's sealed. So then I thought, let's transpose that. If it's sealed and the water can't get out, when I seal it again, water can't get in. So then what I did is I went to the shop. Oops, just lost the seal. Went to the shop and I went and had a look around for, these are quite popular at the moment, and I found one that fits the Pinpointer, well, your Pinpointer, right? So it's got a seal at this end and this is sealed. You could extra seal this little thing here so that water can't get in. But as you'll see in a minute in this next video, I tested it. Here's the footage. It's underwater. Now for some reason in this tank, maybe I think it's because we're so close to there's probably a lot of metal in the water. Oh, freaking heck, that lid just fell on my head. The water has a lot of particles and probably rust, so I think that's why it's going off in general, but it does work. So that is a pass. It's not wet at all, no water in there. So there you can see that this works. So that's a cheaper option. That was $8 to $12. But once again, if it's falsing, you got to take it out of where you are. So basically, although it works, it's not practical. You can't recalibrate the Pinpointer. So then, with that same thought in mind, I kept thinking about it. I thought, well, how are you going to do this? You got no way to press the button inside these enclosures. And that's when it occurred to me, something that was right in front of me the whole time. I use at all times, at night, day, at work, whatever, I use a hydration backpack. It's 2 litres and it's over there anyway. It's a US military specification 2 litre. You see, you can find pictures on YouTube of the soldiers in Iraq and whatever with these on. And that's when I realised that is sealed too. The bladder inside is sealed. So I think you know where I'm going now. Now I had a spare one of these, brand new, and it's made of rubber. It's quite strong. And so what I did is I attached the hose, as you'll see in this next video. I attached the hose and I gave it a test. And so what you do is just put your pinpointer inside through the filling hole. Push it in, get it in place where you want it to be, down flat in the corner. Then just tighten up the filler cap, which has the rubber seal in it, and that is sealed. Water can't get in and water can't get out. If you see, it's designed for that. The water can't get out, so it will transpose again. Water cannot get in when it's sealed properly. And you can turn it on and turn it off through the actual thing. So I hope you're saying, wow, that's amazing. That solves the problem. I'll show you this footage right now of when I tested it. We're going to turn it on and put it in the water. Right, so now we're going to go in, turn it off, turn it on. It was falsing. Yep. Oh. Now in this one, I've found that if you turn it on, I found in the water that it was falsing before, so that's what made me start thinking about this. So it's sealed in here. Turn it on. Alright, and under we go. Okay, so that you can see from that footage that it works. Now, this hose that's there, I would probably turn that off. See, through the side. I would probably seal this completely with silicone or something. Take this hose off altogether, but I just left it on at that point while testing. Fully flexible, and then you might say, well, okay, I could be rubbing underwater and catch it on something and rip it. Yes, you could, or scratch it or whatever. So the thought I had was, you then go back to this design. I haven't done it yet, but you'll see it in the future. Is with my other one that has a cap on and the pipe, cut this, cut it to a certain length that would cover that whole bag. Cut it down this end. Put a cut down through there with a heat gun, bend it out, and have it so it's like a cradle where you can just put that pinpointer in there and then just press like that. So when you're rubbing on the sand, whatever, it doesn't damage the bladder because it's protected by the PVC outer coating. So that's a way, if you can't afford the offering that the company's made now, which seems like a great product, underwater and above land, then this is the answer. And in doing this, it's all on you. If you want to try it, I've tested it and tried it. You'll see me using it, and I'm more than happy with the result. And I hope it makes sense for you. And good luck out there, and happy hunting. And I'll catch you on the next video.